Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. This is Vanessa from My 2 Cents Worth. Thank you for joining me today. This is my weekly check-in, and I'm going to let you know how my week of budgeting went, if I was successful or not. And this is just a follow-up from my first video. The reason why I started doing a weekly check-in is because I decided not to put my entire 2-week budget into my cash envelopes to see if I could maybe manage my spending a little bit better, have a little bit more control over what I'm doing and not spend everything the first week and then end up the second week struggling until the next payday. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. First, we are going to go ahead and dump our change because I do save all my change, and I put this in my jar. And my jar is very, very full. I did pull out this dime. It caught my eye. My daughter collects coins, and this is a dime from 1950. I don't know if it's of any significant value, but I'm going to set it aside so when I do see her, I can give that to her. I usually do that with like wheat pennies or anything that maybe catches my eye that's an older coin. So, but with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put my change into my jar here. Didn't have as much change as the first video, but that was 2 weeks worth of change on the first video. And then normally what I do is I go through my cash wallet and I take any 5s and 1s out and put those also in the jar. And what I'm going to do is at the end of the year, I am going to count everything that was in that jar and decide what I want to do with it at that time. I might take half and pay off debt. I might take the other half and do something fun with my kids when I go back home to see them on vacation. So that's what I plan on doing. So my first cash envelope is groceries. So I have quite a few 1s in here and 5s. And again, you know, that's what happens when you pay cash for things. You go ahead and you save those 1s and 5s. Now, I did have an interesting situation come up last week after my first video. I went to Publix, which is my preferred grocery store, and I went unprepared. So that tells me that I need to work on preparing my grocery list and looking at the ads a little bit in advance. And there was a deal on spend 50, get a gas card for $40. So I'm going to address that later in this video, but that's why I have no cash left in this particular envelope. Spending I have taken out. I did put $25 in there last Sunday, but I have spent it except for the change that I have left over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put all that together. Beauty, I did break, but I don't have any 5s or 1s left, and I'll explain to you why in a few minutes why I broke this. And Girls Night Out, I still have my original $25 that I had put in there last week because we have not gone out yet this month. So we're going to take these 5s and 1s and we're going to shove them in this jar. And it's definitely growing. Again, I'd love to count them, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait until the end of the year and go from there. And we're going to do a big reveal on this jar at the end of the year. I'm going to set that aside. All right. So with that happening, I have the money that I did set aside last week to restuff my cash envelopes for the week. So typically I put $100 into my grocery money for the week. Now, my grocery money not only includes my household goods, it also includes my dog food for Lily. So, you know, might seem like $100 is a lot for one person, but I'm including all these different other items within my grocery budget. I have started couponing again. Let me know in the comments if you guys coupon or you plan on starting, because I noticed the price of things are going up, and the budgets are becoming a little bit more strained, and I'd rather keep that dollar in my pocket than give it to a corporation if I can do that and save myself a little bit of money. So I am going to go ahead and put $100 in. It's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I do need to go to the grocery store today and get some dog food and some groceries for the week. So I'm sure that's not going to last. Okay. Then I have gas. So back to my gas card. Last week when I went to Publix, they had a special. Spend 50, get a $50 gas card for $40. As you know, on my last video, I did not carry all my gas money. I put the $40 in for the week. I used that on my way to the grocery store, and then this deal came up. So I did not have the reserve money for my gas when I went to the grocery store last week. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. So I went ahead and I purchased this card because if I could save $10 on gas, that was going to make me very, very happy. So I'm going to go ahead and put my card back in here, but I do owe myself $40 from my gas money because I did go ahead and break my beauty money, which I had $100 in here to pay for that gas card. So I need to bring that back up to the $100 with the money that I spent to pay for the gas card. So I'm going to take my normal $40 that I would put into my cash envelope, and I'm going to put it back with my beauty, and I'm going to pay myself back. So I'm back up to $100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that tells me I need to be a little bit more prepared and look at my ads and make sure I have everything in line before I go to the grocery store, because that is a really great deal. Lastly, for the week, I'm going to put $25 more in my spending. If you recall, last week I divided my $50 up, $25 for last week, and I'm going to do $25 for this week. So that is pretty much it with my cash envelope for the week. I still have gas in my tank, so I'm not going to use this yet. It'll probably be later this week that I use that. And like I said, I'm going to the grocery store today to pick up a few things for the week. I'm going to set that aside for now. To my sinking funds. Now, I don't plan on stuffing anything for my sinking funds because this is not a payday. This is just a weekly check-in, most importantly, to empty out my cash wallet for the week and restuff it with the remaining budget for the week. However, I do need to order Lily's medicine. If you recall from my first video, she's my dog, and she's a little older, and she's super, super special to me. And she's a little bit on the expensive side. She's a diva, a little high maintenance. So I'm going to take $140 out for the medicine. I believe it should be this, probably a little bit less because I did get a 20% off coupon from Chewy. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the bank today so I can go ahead and order her medicine today. So what I've taken out is $120 and $40. And what I have remaining in Lily's envelope until next payday is $120, $40, $60. I have $160 left. And I did want to bring something else to light. Last week I got a little confused, and again, it was my first video. I had used part of my budget already when I did the video. And I realized that I had kind of overgiven myself in my grocery money last week when I had broke into my budget. So I went ahead last week and I pulled $20 out of my grocery money once I realized it, and I put it into my vacation money. I couldn't figure out on video why I was short on my vacation sinking fund stuffing by $20, and I went back and I reviewed everything. So I went ahead and I took the $20 that I overgave myself and put that in my vacation money to kind of keep everything in line and keep it on track to what my goals are. So for my vacation money, I have 100, 200, 50, 70, 90, 300. So I just wanted to clarify that if you're looking at my videos, and then next week when we do our sinking funds, you're like, Why is she a little off there? So that's pretty much all I have for my videos today. I did decide, I asked last week what you think I should do with my leftover tins. And I decided, since I no longer use my debit card on a regular basis, that my extra roundup money is not going into my Acorns account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these $10, and every time I get them, I am going to deposit them, hold on to them until the end of the month, and then I'm going to deposit them into my Acorns account. Now, if you're not familiar with Acorns, what it is, it's an app that you can invest, you can do investments with. And I think I pay like $1 a month for that. That takes care of the maintenance and the trading fees or what have you. And you don't have to necessarily use your debit card in order to contribute. You can set up reoccurring transfers. You can do a one-time transfer. So what I'm going to do at the end of the month is I'm going to take any $10 bills that I have left over, and I'm going to do a one-time transfer into my Acorns account. And that's going to make up for the fact that I no longer use my debit card like I was. Very rarely do I use my debit card now. I'll probably use it for Lily's medicine, obviously, but this will make up for all those times that I'm not using my debit card. Leave your comments below if you are interested in finding out more about the Acorns account. I'll leave a link in the description box as well if you're interested, because I believe we both could earn money with investing with the Acorns account if you use my referral link. So definitely feel free to leave your comments. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you again for joining me today on my budget journey. And I look forward to reading your comments, and I look forward to next week's video. I hope everyone has a fabulous Mother's Day and a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.